Arlington, Texas, Charlie Brewer won a Texas Class 6A high school state championship game the last time he played at the home of the NFL's Dallas Cowboys. That was less than 11 months ago. Brewer will be back at Stadium on Saturday, making his second start as Baylor's quarterback a week after their first victory under Coach Matt Rhule. It was a ton of fun. Those guys have worked so hard and we've had to put things in perspective so many times in the locker room, Rhule said. We still had to put things in perspective after the game, because great teams ask what's next and move forward. A week after that win at Kansas, Baylor 18-15 Big 12 plays its annual neutral site game against Texas Tech 45-15. The Red Raiders can still get bowl eligible by winning 2 of their last 3 games. But their 4-game losing streak has again raised questions about the future of Coach Cliff Kingsbury. "Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know if I'm the one to talk about that," said junior center Paul Stawars, when asked if the team is playing for Kingsbury's job. "At least I can speak for the O-line again. We're going to come after it and attack it every week. Try to go 10, but I personally don't look into things like that." Texas Tech started 41 in Kingsbury's 5th season, but is coming off an overtime home loss to Kansas State, which overcame an 11-point deficit in the 4th quarter. The Red Raiders won their first 7 games in 2013 but are 2,131 since under their former quarterback turned head coach. A difficult Baylor debut was expected for Rhule, with a roster full of freshmen and first-time starters in the aftermath of a sexual assault scandal. The Bears were within a touchdown margin in the 4th quarter of 6 losses before finally winning. With Zach Smith hampered by a shoulder injury, and likely still only available in an emergency situation, Brewer is now Baylor's starter. The freshman, who enrolled at Baylor last spring after leading Austin's Lake Travis High to a championship in Texas' highest classification, was 23 of 29, passing for 315 yards and 3 touchdowns against Kansas in his starting debut. "We had a good plan to keep it simple for him, but he threw the ball down the field a good bit," Rhule said. "We knew Charlie is a good player and he can run around and make some plays." Some other things for the tiebreaker of a series that is all even at 37,371 big numbers. Red Raiders junior W.R. Keke Coutee is tied for the Big 12 lead with 69 catches, 7.7 per game, and is second in the league with 114 yards receiving a game. He also has 9 TDs. Both teams have scored at least 30 points in each of the last 7 games in the series. In Kingsbury's 4 previous meetings against Baylor, the Red Raiders have averaged 618 total yards a game. Son of a Cowboy, Texas Tech defensive back Jah'Shawn Johnson used to go to most of the Dallas Cowboys home games when his dad, Keith Davis, played for them from 200,208. Those were the last 7 seasons the Cowboys played in Old Texas Stadium. "I've been a Cowboys fan my whole life," Johnson said. "Watched my dad play in the old stadium. I was dreaming of playing in there." More attentive this time, Rhule got a bit distracted the first time he was at Stadium, in the coach's box in 2012 while on staff with the NFL's New York Giants. "They gave me like Kobe beef sliders and sashimi. In the first quarter, I kind of found myself, like it was almost surreal," Rhule said. "I'm watching the big screen, and I'm eating instead of being locked in to doing my job." Hot least one more time. This will be the 8th time Texas Tech and Baylor play at Stadium, where the series is scheduled to be played through 2018. More college football coverage. http://collegefootball.app.org and www.twitter.com/app top 25. Copyright 2017 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten or redistributed.